Hello everybody and welcome back to Ballymoon Castle. As I mentioned in the previous episode, we were going to get the new Holland tractor to seed this field with grass. I've just got it going, the worker is happily on the way, and it actually hasn't thrown up any issues just yet, which is nice and surprising. So it shouldn't, theoretically, have any problems at all. All we can do is wait and see. Now we don't actually want to be doing this job ourselves, we've got other stuff to do. We need to clear up the combine harvester. Obviously we're not going to be doing an episode of just tidying up, that is fairly dull. We're going to be doing, I did want to do something with the forage production plant, it's just I don't know exactly what we need for it. So I'm going to take a look over there, maybe I can plan something for the next episode. But yeah, this tractor is doing a nice job here, cracking on well. And when we get back here again, it should be grass. Now talking about growth, we have got the growth set to slow. So it's not going to grow extremely quickly, but it should still be a fairly realistic and manageable speed. Not a bad screenshot that really. Should have done a screenshot there. But no, very nice tractor. So pleased to have it on the farm. There are other variances of that tractor as well. There is a brown colour and something else as well, I'm not too sure. I haven't really looked at it in too much depth, but I know there are other things you can sort of buy for it. So, oh, the hydraulics have sunk. Right, so what we need to do is find the header trailer. I think I left it over here. Yes, there it is. Ah, yes, I remember I left it in a really awkward place. Big mistake. So we'll put it onto the trailer, we'll then pack it up, put it into the yard, and hopefully look at producing something. It may not be forage, but we do need to produce some other stuff. Yes, that is a really foolish place to put the header trailer, where it's almost impossible to manoeuvre it onto there. Right. Just about in position. That could have gone so much better. Oh, and I've got to do the PTO. Good. Now don't fly off, header. Now I'm recording this video a few days before release, which means the previous episode in this series has just been published at the time of recording. Obviously not for you, only for me. So I haven't actually read any of the comments just yet, so I don't know if you've all agreed with the Fendt Combine. Hopefully you have done. But I think it is going to be a relatively good machine to have on the farm. There probably was a better option, but this is the perfect size. And it doesn't have to be the correct brand for the area, although it is nice, it doesn't have to be. I think I should go up here. So yeah, nothing's flipped off just yet anyway. And we're still alive, we haven't run over ourselves, so that is useful. Where shall we put it though? I need really a really long shed where we can keep it with the trailer attached to it still. I suppose we could keep it outside. That's also okay. And thinking about it, we do have other farms as well. We don't have to just take it to the main farm, which is where the cows are. Because no doubt about it, I'm going to get in the way. But while we're here, let's just see. The forage requires grass and straw. Okay, so the grass is almost doable. That's what we're planting right now. The straw, yes, we don't have any straw just yet. We won't be buying any. We will be making our own. It's just, yeah, we don't have many fields, as we already know. We have 3. Oh, field 18 needs to be planted. That reminds me. So we can't do that just yet unless we use the very small seeder. We do have a very small one. I'll go over here. We'll leave the main farm. The pig farm is directly across the road. And it is quite a cramped yard as well. It's just we won't be there quite as often. And the container for the slurry, I think that should go over to the fertiliser production plant. I also got a very interesting comment as well, which I can assume that it's right. I think it would be. It was about the weight of that container. Apparently you wouldn't transport it fully loaded on a road because it's way over the legal limit. I think when it's full it's about 50 tonnes or something. The capacity is about 45,000 litres. So that would make sense. So thank you to the person who left me that message. It's a real eye-opener. There is the pig food, yes. Do we have anything in storage? If we've got some sugar beet and potatoes in storage, we could produce some pig food, which would be very useful. As you'll probably know, pig food is not just the sugar beets and the potatoes which you put in. It suffices all of their requirements. So pigs. Corn, wheat, barley, canola, sunflower, soybeans, potatoes and sugar beet. So that would be incredibly useful. And looking at this, I have been sort of bypassing doing work on the animals again. So this does need to be done. I didn't realise. So we're going to do it properly. We'll be doing it over a few episodes. We'll start today. And I think a really good way of starting is to produce the pig food. Only if we do have the things we need in storage. The ingredients as it is. And, oh joy, we have nothing. We have no potatoes and no sugar beet. Yay. Yes. So that's not going to be happening today. Now I do have one idea up my sleeve which I've just thought of. What we could do is buy a field of maize, then get a forage harvester, which I'm hoping to buy since we're going to be using it so much, and then do our very first silage harvest. It's the very early stages of this Let's Play, but why not? Why shouldn't we do it? I think it's a great opportunity. We also have the silage trailer as well, the Smyth Silage Trailer. This is the tipping trailer, the dump trailer, designed more for grain and stuff, but we do have it. It is in one of our sheds. So that is definitely something we should really consider. If I'm going to do it, we should do it now. But first things first, we need to go and locate a good field to buy. Buying fields, as you know, is expensive. So it can't be a huge one, especially as we need to buy a forage harvester. But it can be a fairly decent sized one. It doesn't have to be minute. And I really don't want a minute one, since buying a huge forage harvester for a tiny field doesn't really make any economical sense at all. We're going to have to cart with this tractor, I think. It will be fine. It is surprisingly powerful. I don't even know what the capacity of that trailer is, but I know it can tow it. Right. So we're going on a field hunt. A field hunt for a fully grown field of maize. Just as we're nearby, that is the biogas plant. There are some silage pits there, which could be the best place to take the chaff to, unless I decide to take it to our farm first of all. Now we do need to take some of it back to our farm, as we need some silage for ourselves, but we don't need loads, so I don't know. It's not too far to transport it again, so yeah, I think we might take it back to our farm. For those of you who are observant, yes, we have got many withered fields. The funny thing is, we don't own the fields, so it's strange for them to wither. I'm sure it's going to be updated in the future, because this is still way off release. One of the main reasons why I'm doing this Let's Play is not only to show off the map, but also to find faults. And I did find, well, I can only assume it's a fault. I've reported it anyway. That fertiliser plant, it produced seed. So I don't know if it's right or not, but yeah, I reported my concern. And it's going to go over to the map maker, so we should find out very soon. I'm just going to drop off this trailer, then we'll hitch up to the silage trailer, and we can buy the field of our choice. However much it costs. Yeah, I think I left it over at the pig farm. Pretty sure I did. Thinking about it, we have way too many trailers. We could get rid of the farm tech trailer. And possibly the Brantner trailer as well. We currently have 4 trailers. That seems like a lot. Here it is. Yeah, I thought I left it here. So I think it is the exact same trailer, but only with the silage boards on top, giving you a greater capacity. There is our lizard road rage. Or should I call it its technical term? It's even got the RR badge. Road rage. I actually like it. I think it's quite nice. It's extremely fast. So that's all hitched up. I'll just park over here. We'll open up the mini-map. And we can now choose the best field to buy. So corn is orange, as you'll probably know, which actually gives us quite a good variety of different areas. In fact, they are evenly spaced. 14, 23, 31, 6, I think that's all of them, 4 of them. 23 could be a very good one to go for, since it's near to one of our farms anyway. That's our sheep pasture. And, well, 14 is good too, because that's a big field and it's near to our cow farm. 6 is good, because that's just down the road from here. And, well, 31 is good as well, because that's near to the biogas plant. So they're all very strong possibilities. I think it's going to come down to money. And, of course, their status. Ready to harvest, withered, oh joy, withered and withered. Oh good, so it's just field 14. That's the only one we can go for. It's the only one which hasn't withered. Yay, I should have turned off withering. Big mistake. And yeah, they want to harvest it with a combine harvester, which we don't want to do. So before this withers as well, oh no, it won't do. I have turned it off. Before it goes anywhere, we'll have to buy it. Unfortunately, we can't really boost the progress bar here, the reputation, unless we do a different field for this farmer, James Harris. But I think really we want to just get on with it. We really do. So let me buy it. There we go. Oh, we have no money now. We only have £681,000. I think anybody would appreciate that kind of money in real life. I certainly would, if that was the case. But yeah, it's an expensive field. Very expensive. So, I'm now in the middle of nowhere, at field 14. I think we're going to have to tab back. In fact, what I'll do is I'll try and tab over to the worker. Okay, we're going to have to go to the tractor. There it is. And it's got on very well. It's almost finished already. Fantastic work. It still has to do field 18 though. That needs to be planted too. So we still have to buy the Forage Harvester. I'm going to go for a Claas Jaguar 800, which we're going to actually treat as a nearly new machine. So it's lost a bit of its money, a bit of its value. So it's a bit cheaper, which I think is going to be much more manageable for us. So we'll buy that. And we need to buy the header for it as well, which is just here. The Orbis 750. Which still leaves us with £533,000, which is great. That is a really healthy sum of money. Anyway, absolutely love this mod. We're going to take it up to field 14. And of course, I'm going to put the download link down below. The original download link. Yes, so that mixer there, I was sent a download link, but it was actually the wrong one. So that isn't the updated version. I've still got the updated version to download and install, which I'll do in an episode or two, just before we actually need to use it. Now, this is going to be not too wide, but it's a big machine. The thing I love about driving the big machines on Farming Simulator is, well, it's the same as real life. You can see over the hedges much easier, so you can see if there is a car coming. You're not just going to go ploughing into them. Although, I do still plough into them. I have my moments. The reason for it is because the traffic is fairly stupid. They always drive badly. So as it's field 14 that we have chosen, well, we got narrowed down to, we're going to be taking everything back to the farm, which is what I wanted to do anyway. I think it is going to be easier in the long run, and also it's going to be there for us to use. It also feels a bit weird if you are harvesting stuff and you're taking it directly to somebody else's property, because then it feels weird to go back there to pick it up for your feed. So yeah, I think our own farm is going to be the best place for it. Well, that's where it's going to. And these withered fields, what I'm hoping to do is buy them and reseed them. I think that's going to be the best thing. But of course, money, as usual, it's going to be hard. But if we do a few really big silage harvests, then our money is actually going to be pretty high. I'm going to go into the main farm so we can pick up the tractor and trailer. Another incentive to buy the fields which are withered, to sort them out, is to collect all of the gold nuggets, which we can do. We can collect them all if we want to. So I'm considering it, but obviously not straight away. We need to try and earn as much money in the real farming practices as possible, instead of just wandering about collecting gold. I wish you could do that in real life, but unfortunately we can't just go around picking up gold nuggets. Thing is, people just aren't that careless. They just don't leave gold nuggets lying around. Like, you wouldn't just walk down a street or down a country lane and just stumble across a great big chunk of gold. Again, if only it was true. Yes, that would be a funny situation, wouldn't it? If you were just having a nice gentle stroll in the countryside and then you stumble on this block of something and you go, "Ow, that hurt! You dreaded piece of gold, what did you have to be there for?" Yes, I'm in that dream world again. Right, I'm just trying to look for the entrance to field 14. It looks like we may have to go round to get to it. I haven't seen a turning from this side. We're going to have to turn right at the burst water main and go across that way. This is where the forest is. We'll be doing some forestry in a few episodes' time, but we need to get the money first of all to be able to afford the equipment to do it. I know you can just do it with a chainsaw and a trailer, but I do like using some of the really big machinery as well. I'm not saying we're going to use it, it's just it is quite nice to use. So if my calculations are correct, that is where field 14 should be. Oh, it is. We have bought this field here. It's looking fairly big. I think we've actually done quite well to be able to afford some of these huge fields instantly. But we did start off with 2.2 million euros. I'm actually not 100% sure of what the currency is here. So, if it's euros, that's great. If it's not, please let me know. Ballymoon Castle. Okay, so it's now in position. I have tried to set the offset, but it may be wrong. Let's wait and see. Come on, it's not filling the trailer. Yes, there we go. So it needs to be further over. About 6 by the look of it. Oh, wrong machine. Oh, don't feed yourself up there. Not into the header. Is that good? Yes. That is good. So off we go. It begins. The fairly large silage harvest, which is going to run over to 2 episodes. I suppose in a way, it would be quite nice to have 2 tractors and trailers on the go. Because look how fast it's filling. I've got all that to do. But no, the realistic world is it's just me and another worker. If we had another big trailer, we could use it. Well, we do, it's just it doesn't have the silage boards. And really, to do this properly, you do need the silage boards. And a compliment to the map maker here. Thank you so much for leaving a big enough headland to have the tractor to go around while we're still in the first headland, first lap of the headland. Because there's nothing worse than when you're trying to do this and the tractor is in a tree or in a bush. You've left the perfect amount of space. Just turn the beacons off, just realise they don't need to be going. We do not need to warn the rabbits and the birds that there is a tractor here, because they have eyes, they can move out of the way. Oh, and that looks to be another entrance to the field, so maybe we can go back that way to get to the yard. I really do not want to be going the other way every time. So it looks like when we get to the end of here, it's going to be full. Yes, I think it's full now actually. I will just check. Come on. There we go. 96%. We'll finish it off. We can't afford to leave any space. 4% is like nothing though. It's going to be a few meters and then it is going to be totally full. That's it. 100%. Wow, look how many reversing lights this trailer's got. How many has he got? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 lights to show that it's reversing. That would be very illuminated in the dark. So I've just been looking and we did have a choice there as to which way to go. And this way looked to lead straight into the yard, which I think it still does. It's just we need to go through this gate. Great planning there, because I could have, instead of going all the way around last time, I could have just gone through here. What the? Okay, that's one thing to note then. The gates have a very large collision sticking out of them, so that can be reported back. But it might not be fixable actually, because I don't know if that's anything to do with the map or if it's actually to do with the object, the gate object itself. I've actually seen that many times on other maps, so I think it is just an unfixable issue. Gold nuggets on top of the logs there. Right, yes, it has brought us straight into the yard. Fantastic. And we can start to fill the silage pit here. Have you also noticed this tractor is managing this perfectly? It's not too heavy for it at all. We probably should compact it as we go. Such a high tip. Right, we've got loads to do. Back to the field. We're only halfway around the first headland. And we're already full. Already on load number 2. This map is just so beautiful. I can't believe it. I can't, honestly, I'm not just saying this, because I know that some people think, oh, you're just saying that, 'cause you've been given the map for early release and stuff. Yeah, who cares? Honestly, this map, as you can see, is so well made. I mean, I don't even have to say it because it's obvious. You can see that it's a beautiful map, that it's well made, and that it's fairly glitch free. In fact, I will keep my opinions pretty much to myself so that you can make your own decisions. But I think, fairly safe to say, you're going to be in agreement. Also, if you're wondering about the piece of field here, which is just left as cultivated ground, I think that's to do with the worker system, the contracting system. Because you can't have curves in the fields if you're going to do that. So I think it's to make it compatible. If you wanted to seed here, plough here and seed, you can do. It is full again. Take over. Back to the yard. And in case you're wondering, we're actually getting 26,500 litres off each trailer. So, oh wow, it's actually got a tow pin. Really, you should be able to tow 2 trailers together, but then that is going to be too heavy for the tractor. And also probably very complicated. I should think reversing it into the pit is going to be a complete nightmare, so we won't do that. Also, would that ever be seen in Ireland? I doubt it, but I can't say for sure. We'll stick with the 1 trailer. I'm going to keep this gate open here, so we can just keep driving through. We must remember to shut it though in the end, because I think it's actually private property. There's another pond there for free, I think it's free water. There's certainly a water fill point on the other side, which is a pond. And the pit is here again. So, the tip to the right hand side of it, and eventually it will be, it's always going to be a bit bumpy, but it'll be level enough to be able to drive over it and start the compaction. I'm hoping to get the third trailer load in the middle. I suppose you could set cruise control as well to about 1 mile per hour, which could make it fairly easy to do. Can't believe the tip on that trailer though. That is one thing you wouldn't be able to do if the silage pits were undercover. You would not be able to tip the trailer right up high. So having it outside can be very useful. What we're going to be using for the compaction is our JCB wheel loader. We'll have to get a buck rake for it, but it's going to really look the part, it'll do a very good job. The New Holland tractor must have finished by now because it almost finished earlier. So that needs to be taken back to the farm. Field 18, as a matter of urgency, really needs to be planted. I don't really know what to put in there though. It's going to be grass again, or I would say something like oilseed rape. Oilseed rape could be a good one to go for. And I think after this third trailer, we'll get the JCB wheel loader taken over to the pit, can start the compaction. You see, the one thing which I'm really concerned about is filling the pit up too much before we compact, and I know that it is possible to compact because I've done it loads of times before. It's just so painful. Honestly, I have spent in the past 40 minutes of real time compacting a pit just because I didn't do it as we went. You really do have to be compacting it as each trailer comes in, otherwise it just takes forever. It was on 0% compaction. I think it was Wexcombe Manor Farm actually, and I filled it fully. And I had to do it with the, well, I didn't know at the time that the more wheels you have going over it, the faster it is. I think I was doing it with something like this Massey Ferguson tractor here, and it took something like 20, 30 to 40 minutes, can't remember exactly. It felt like a very long time. So, doing it as we go, with the wheel loader, will make it feel like a breeze. Almost full again. Got a nice sunset as well. Very pink sky. It's early though. Early for a sunset. 6:15 must be... what time of year? I suppose it would be, wouldn't it? About September, October. Yeah, September time. I think it is. It's got to be almost full. There we go. 100%. And we're doing quite a good job here. The progress is becoming clear. Eating away at the field. And converting it into some lovely, expensive chaff. Well, at the moment it's worth next to nothing. Once it's fermented though, all that changes everything. Worth a lot of money. And for those FS15 lovers, you'll really know how much it's worth in that game. Ridiculous amounts. You could be a multi-millionaire in no time if you sold some silage in FS15. We'll see how we go first of all without the buck rake, since it's another expense. It obviously is used with a buck rake to do this kind of job. But we do have a bucket, so we can at least do something. If we drive over with the tractor and trailer each time as well, that will compact it. It all helps. Yeah, you can see it's compacting it. So I'm going to park up and get the JCB. We'll get that levelled for today, and then next time we can get straight in with this job again. We'll finish it off, and basically every few times that we get a trailer in, so probably every 3 trailer loads like what I've just done today, we will get it all compacted, make sure it's level, and that way we can keep tipping to the back as well. It will get steeper, but the more we drive over with the tractor and trailer, the more compacted it will be. I just found this tractor. It hasn't quite finished. Get it finished off. And I think on the whole, yeah, it's brilliant what it's done. For a worker on this game, it's done an incredibly good job. It's going to be a lovely grass field in no time. We need to keep up with the fertilising as well, so it's really productive. And then it shouldn't be too long until we can do our first cut on here, which of course will be more silage. Yep, I think that's all of it. This is field 18. I need to keep it very close to here, as that is its next job. So I think it can be parked here for tonight. And here is the JCB. So I have absolutely no idea how long it will take to compact 3 trailer loads of silage. I would guess it's about 1.5 minutes to do. I'll open up the menu. It's 2% compacted so far. Oh yes, that's going up very quickly. Now if you had the buck rake on, what you should be able to do is scoop it up and stuff and level it out. I suppose you can do it fairly well with the bucket. One thing I wish you could do is drag. Like you can only scoop in this game. You can't drag stuff back. Whereas that would be incredibly useful. Because when it comes to levelling, you don't want to be just pushing it up. You want to be filling in the gaps so it's all evenly done. Like what I want to do here is try and grade it back like this, but obviously I can't do. I can only scoop. So that is 50%. It's not taken long. I think I will increase it from 1 minute 30 to 3 minutes. Take 3 minutes to do it all, which is still very fast. 90%. Almost there. And yeah, it has. It's taken about 3 minutes. 95%. That should do it. What I'm going to do is leave the JCB close, obviously not in the way, and then it's going to be accessible next time so we can continue with the compaction. And there we have it. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.